Good morning, children. Welcome back. Today I am going to teach rest half of the chapter to the students of standard 5. So I will teach chapter 8 Christmas morning. Please take out page number 108. So, Merry Christmas, Marmy. Thank you for your books. We read a few pages and mean to every day, they all said in chorus. So now they are thanking their mom for their love for her lovely gift which she has presented them on Christmas morning. And now the girls are telling that they have already read few pages and mean to every day. They all said in chorus, Merry Christmas, little daughters. I am glad you began reading at once and hope you will keep on reading. But I want to say one word before we sit down. Not far from here lives a poor woman, Mrs. Hummel, with a little newborn baby. Six children and six children are huddled into one bed to keep from freezing, for they have no fire. There is nothing to eat over there, and the oldest boy came to tell me they were hungry and cold. My girls, will you give them your breakfast as a Christmas present? So now Mrs. Hummel is telling about that poor family which she had visited, and after seeing their condition, their situation of their home, she decided to tell these things or share these things with her daughters, and she decided that her daughters must give their breakfast as Christmas present to that poor family. They were all unusually hungry, having waited nearly an hour, and for a minute no one spoke. Only a minute, and then Joe exclaimed, I am so glad you came before we began. Let us take our breakfast there. So, Joe, she is ready to give her breakfast to Mrs. Hammel's family. May I go and help carry the things to the poor little children? Asked Beth eagerly. I shall take the muffins, added Amy, heroically giving up the articles she most liked. Meg was already covering the buckwheats and peeling the bread into one big plate. I thought you would do it, said Mrs. March, smiling. So the girls started packing their breakfast as Christmas present for Mrs. Hammel's family. You shall all go and help me, and when we come back, we will have bread and milk for breakfast. We will have a nice dinner to make up for giving up our breakfast. They were soon ready. And the procession set out. Procession means a group of moving forward in an orderly manner for some purpose. Walking through narrow streets, they reached the bare room in which the Hummel family lived. It had broken windows, no fire, ragged bedclothes, a sick mother, a wailing baby, and a group of pale, hungry children cuddled under one cold quilt trying to keep warm. Oh, it's good angels come to us, said the poor woman, crying for joy. Funny angels in hoods and mittens, said Joe, and they all laughed together. In a few minutes, the room began to look happy and cheerful. Hannah, who had carried wood, made a fire and stopped up the broken pans with old newspapers. Mrs. March gave the mother tea and gruel. Gruel means a dish made by boiling any kind of grain with milk or water, and comforted her with promises of help. In the meantime, the girls spread the table, set the children round the fire, and fed them like so many hungry birds. This is good, said the children as they ate and warmed their hands in front of the fire. That was a very happy breakfast for the March sisters, though they didn't get any of it. That's loving our neighbor better than ourselves, and I like it, said Meg, as they set out their presents while their mother was upstairs collecting clothes for poor Hummels. So, when this Mrs. March family went to give their Christmas breakfast to Mrs. Hannah's family, they helped in such a way that the condition which was worst, so they tried to patch up that condition in a good manner. Beth played a march on the piano. Amy threw open the door, and Meg gave Mrs. March a grand escort. Escort means to accompany someone to their destination in a grand manner. To her seat, Mrs. March was both surprised and touched, and smiled with her eyes full as she examined her presents and read the little notes which accompanied them. The slippers went on at once. A new handkerchief was slipped into her pocket, well scented with Amy's cologne. A rose was fastened in her hat, and a nice pair of gloves fitted perfectly. So there was a good deal of laughing and talking in the simple way which makes these family festivals so pleasant, so sweet to remember long afterwards. So, after returning from Mrs. Hannah's home, this girl gave a great honor to their mother with their beautiful gifts which they had brought for their mother, and the family was very happy and they was full of pleasure and joy.